Welcome to Breakthrough with Patricia Murugami.
Dr. Patricia Murugami is a global leadership catalyst and the founder and chief executive officer of Breakthrough Leadership Transformation.
It all started 11 years ago. A young Kenyan professional girl. Flashing back to primary, which is many years ago, the dreams I had were very girly, really. And I was telling my daughters the other day that I started praying about being married and having children when I was in high school.
Working at Breakthrough Leadership Transformation has been an incredible and amazing journey. And I say this because I've been able to experience real transformation, both in my own life and in the lives of other people. Working with Dr. Patricia Murugami has opened up my eyes to new things, to see life in a different way, to know that anyone, no matter where you're at, you can be your next best self.
Every interaction has been a learning opportunity. Be it the team meetings, I've had the honor of working with an incredibly talented and passionate team. Be it the leadership sessions, the Be a Real Global Network sessions, every single interaction has been a learning opportunity.
But somehow I was always drawn to work that had to do with people, whether it was training them, coaching them, planning the events, anything that had to do with people. So for me, I knew that one day I hoped to do something in that space, but not in a million years did I imagine I would be doing what we are doing here at Breakthrough, not in a million years.
What inspires me about Dr. Patricia is, what makes me proud about her is I've seen her through the journey. My name is George Murugami Ndwati. Of course, I'm husband to Patricia Murugami. By going back, we've been married for about 18 years. So I've seen a shy lady, an accountant by profession, who changed her career into teaching, consulting. But what makes me proud about her mostly is her creativity, her innovativeness, the number of people she's touched. She does a lot of philanthropic things, especially in helping ladies in their career.
Patricia has been a part of my life journey. She's a lovely girl. We've had a good peer mentorship role journey, and I honor her for the work that she does.
My name is Fozia Ali. I work with Safaricom. My current role is Acting Chief Consumer Business. The first time I encountered Patricia was in 2018 when I'd taken up a new role in the Coast region. I'd just been appointed regional lead in the Coast. And for me, it was my first role where I was leading a team of experts. I'd always been in finance, so I was always the most experienced in the team. So I was leading by example. But now I had to lead from vision, lead for impact, and steer a team towards performance because it was a cross-functional team and they were very experienced. And I felt out of my depth. And I'd met Patricia in Strathmore. We used to be with her in Strathmore a long time ago. And she told me she was doing a coaching program. And we went into a one-year transformational executive coaching program, which was extremely transformational. She was able to guide me and help me navigate that period in my time, which was a 3-year period. And I must say, I was able to come out flying. So without a doubt, the first course I would recommend would be the Transformational Executive Coaching Program, the various levels. So you can choose whether you want 3 coaching sessions, 4 or 5, depending on what your needs are. I'd recommend that to a couple of my friends who have just been appointed to C-suite, and I will personally take it upon myself to share that information with them.
And then I thought it's time I started to profile women in business. And very specifically, I was very careful to select women in business from the Safaricom Women in Business. There are multiple collaborations and partnerships. Some are across women in business. Within the Safaricom Women in Business, people actually helping each other by introducing each other. I approach my friends and I tell them, I have started Breakthrough Leadership Transformation. We launched Woman of Substance on Telegram, and it's an open platform. In other words, anyone can join it from anywhere in the world.
I had the privilege to work with Patricia and the Breakthrough team in a partnership with Stanbic Uganda, where we co-created and launched a female development program called Ignite. The success of this program was based on the real partnership model and the co-creation that Patricia and Breakthrough bring to the conversation. The result of this partnership was a movement within Stanbic, which started in Uganda and grew to the rest of the continent. One of the key outcomes of this journey was the amazing relationships, networks, and support that grew between women. And those relationships continue to be sustainable and grow today.
I'm Antonia Kihara, and I'm a brand strategist for Breakthrough Leadership Transformation. I met Dr. Patricia during COVID when she was rethinking her brand and wanting to revamp her brand. The first thing I did was to do an audit on all her brand assets. And in that process, I discovered this book called Rise, which had a 4-way manifesto for creating your next best self. Having been someone who's done a lot of personal development, I read it and I was just fascinated by the simplicity of the process. She was just so clear about the things that would have impact, and there's so many ways of creating change in your life, but the way that she had put it together was really convincing to me that if someone did actually follow these principles, they would actually have a breakthrough. The other thing that I found fascinating right at the beginning of our conversations with Dr. Patricia is that she was convinced that you could actually cause a breakthrough in your life.
I know even when I registered the company many years ago, I really just had a very small dream of just breaking through for myself, you know? And I think sometimes you start things because you're looking for a solution to your own personal problems, personal challenges. Now, when I see the work that you're doing, the impact that it's having, and I dare say I know and I've made peace with the fact that I may never know the impact we have had, and that's okay. But the fact that we come to work, we're excited about what we're doing, it's hard work, eh? Just looking at what we've done over this year, for instance, it's incredible.
I've had the opportunity of experiencing this through the different programs that we run, be it corporate circles, the Be Our Will Network, the Breakthrough Mastery Circle, Rise School. It's been wonderful. I've been able to interact with the participants, and the stories they tell me, wow, you will be amazed. The difference that they experience from when they joined to when they finished, my goodness, I don't even have the words to describe it. And something else that has stood out for me with working with Dr. Patricia is her love and her passion just for God. And I think this is what actually causes this transformation. And her humility, her respect, the same way she'll talk to a blue chip CEO is the same way she'll talk to a security guard when you're driving into Kempinski for a Breakthrough Mastery Circle.
I have attended different courses by the Rise School over the last few years, tuning into the online sessions as well as doing the masterclass that I'm currently doing. And I must say, the one lesson that has stuck with me since early 2022 is from the teachings on excellence. The session was on elevating your excellence in 2022, and I think it's still on YouTube. And it came to me at a time that I really needed to hear it, because we had recently relocated to a new country. I had changed my role from, being the very busy CEO of a company in Nairobi to now being the CEO of a home where we have no support system. We don't have nannies here. And for me, that change was really huge, because essentially what I did every day was completely different.
I think one of my first, very early in the journey of a low point was a client who was very upset. And initially I took it personally. I thought it was about us and our performance. And that client, I think, just hadn't understood how we would help them move forward from a corporate perspective. When I took a step back and I realized it's not about us, I tried to depersonalize my feedback, something my husband has always told me since we got married, just don't take feedback personally. Just try and see objectively what is really happening here. But I remember I cried, and I'm from that part of the country where women don't cry, But I cried, and I'll say that because I think it's important to allow yourself to feel the pain and then get through the clouds of the emotions. And that's what happened. And then after that, I remember talking to a coach, and because it was just at the very beginning, really asking her, what do I need to do? And then I realized I was actually losing my power by just thinking about the situation and how badly it had gone. And I decided to reframe it, but that took some months. It wasn't instant. And I went back to the same client and I explained, got an appointment, explained what the project was about, how him and his team were to get involved, how important it was to help them move forward. And I dare say that changed the relationship radically and opened up multiple markets. So a situation that caused me a lot of pain initially has been one of my biggest breakthroughs. In fact, it reminds me that I think before you get your breakthroughs, you probably have to go through a number of breakdowns. So that was, I think, singularly one of my lowest moments.
Mimi naitwa Philip Maye Jeti. Nafanya kazi ya kudeliver. Muda ambao nimefanya na Dr. Patricia amekuwa mzuri sana kwangu. Amekuwa akinisupport mambo mengi sana. Pia kazi amekuwa pia akiniinua kwa sababu jambo la kwanza, kuna wakati unapofika kama wa holidays, Christmas, huwa ananipatia gift. Inafika, nashukuru sana, nikikula na familia nawaambia bosi wangu anaitwa Dr. Patricia. Kwa hivyo tunafurahi tukiwa kama jamii.
Having attended a number of trainings globally on the African continent and different parts of the world, I've got to meet a lot of trainers, a lot of coaches. But for me, Dr. Pat still stands out, and her delivery is still extremely unique. And I think she's not just good for corporates on the African continent, but she's good for corporates globally. I think what she delivers is an absolute global standard. And I think that it really would, and it really does make a difference for all the organizations that she has impacted.
Breakthrough, leadership, transformation, Rise School. It's all in the name. When I look back at when we very first registered Breakthrough Leadership Transformation, I was in need of a breakthrough. And so my prayer and intention as founder and chief executive is that each and every person who engages with us in any format, digitally, through the books, through our classrooms, through our circles, through our global conferences, whichever way, you may get the courage and clarity of purpose to see what is holding you from within. Because I truly believe, when I look at even my doctoral research, that the barriers are usually internal. And many of us are in internal, invisible prisons. And so, first and foremost, that they may break through. Secondly, leadership. I truly believe that leadership is that without a title. And the real power is character power, not hierarchical power, elective power, and all other types of powers. The real power is the power that is stripped off your titles, that you are a good person and that you raise others to a higher ground. That's what leadership is. And then transformation, that you transform inside out. And that transformation starts with you as a person, your family, those who are around you, and then inside out to a farther and a wider radius. Now, once you break through, my next prayer, our vision and mission is that you may rise. We've realized that so many people are in need of a breakthrough, in need of learning leadership, are in need of transformation. And so our goal is to democratize and to include each and every human being, starting with the African continent, to rise through our Rise School offering. In there, you will find the possibilities of truly transforming by first breaking through and rising beyond what you ever imagined. That's our prayer, vision, and mission of Breakthrough Leadership Transformation at Rise School, that we may be the premier leadership catalyst in Africa for the world.
We at Clean Start bless God for the gift that you are, and we are so blessed to have you in our corner, supporting our ecosystem of women, girls, and children who are impacted by the criminal justice system. Rethink justice and reclaiming thousands of destinies, while urging the corporate sector, SMEs, individuals to allocate resources, placing social impact on equal footing with financial returns.
And that shows me that no matter where you're at, you can be your next best self. And having Dr. Patricia Murugami as your cheerleader, as your coach, my goodness, what else can you be?
If you are passionate about learning, investing in Dr. Patricia through Breakthrough Leadership Transformation or Rise School is the best investment you could possibly make.